The twin moons of Arselenine glowed dimly over the forest canopy as Evan Rourke, a lone human traveler, trudged through the bioluminescent brush. His ship's navigation module had blown out hours earlier, forcing him into a survival trek toward the nearest colony beacon. Evan wasn't a soldier. He wasn't an explorer. And he definitely wasn't a hero. He was an engineer with a backpack full of tools, a broken transmitter, and a stomach that had been growling for 3 days. "Great vacation," he muttered, kicking aside a glowing fern. Then he froze. A sound sliced through the quiet, a low, trembling whimper. Not hostile. Not predatory. Hurt. Evan pushed a cluster of blue leaves aside and stepped into a small clearing. His heart lurched. Curled beneath an ancient root formation was a creature he recognized from colonial warnings. A Varkin lupin, one of the most feared apex predators on Arselenine. But this one wasn't lunging at him. She lay trembling, RIBS showing, fur matted with blood. Her silver eyes glowed weakly as she nursed a tiny pup curled against her chest, licking it with fading strength. The baby was barely the size of Evan's hand, crying softly, nudging at its mother. Evan swallowed hard. Every rational thought screamed, "Walk away. These things can snap bone like twigs." But something else older, deeper pulled him toward her. The mother lifted her head, bearing fangs out of pure instinct. Her growl was weak, more plea than threat. "Easy," Evan whispered, hands raised. "If I wanted to hurt you, I wouldn't be walking slowly. Trust me." She blinked once, exhaustion winning over aggression. That's when Evan saw it, a metal shard lodged deep in her side, soaked with dark purple blood. A hunter's trap or a stray piece of debris from the crashed mining station nearby. The wound was infected. She was dying. And the pup had no chance alone. Evan knelt. "Okay," he breathed, voice shaking. "You need help. And I'm all you've got." No one in the galaxy expected what he did next. The impossible decision of an opened his engineering kit. Not meant for medicine, but he'd improvised worse back on Earth. The wolf mother's ears twitched as he moved closer, but she didn't strike. "Good girl," he murmured. "Hang on." The pup crawled toward him curiously, sniffing his fingers. Evan froze, but the tiny creature simply curled into his palm with a soft chirp. "Oh no," he whispered. "Don't do that. I'm already emotionally unstable." Working as gently as he could, Evan cut open the fur around the wound. The mother whimpered, muscles shaking. I know," he whispered. "I'm sorry." He gripped the metal shard with his pliers. 1, 2, he pulled. The mother jerked violently, almost collapsing onto the pup. But Evan caught her head, steadying her. You're okay. When the shard came free, blood poured out. Evan worked fast, using heat from his repair laser to cauterize the wound. The smell of burned flesh turned his stomach, but the bleeding slowed. Finally, he wrapped her with a strip of emergency cloth. The mother's breath steadied. Her eyes softened. Her massive head nudged his arm. "You're welcome," he said. Exhausted, he expected her to drift into sleep. Instead, she pushed her pup toward him, confused. Evan stared. The pup toddled into his lap. "You want me to take him?" Evan asked. The mother blinked slowly. It was trust. A predator of myth giving her baby to a stranger. Evan's throat tightened. "All right," he whispered. "I'll protect him." No one would believe it, but at that moment a pact formed, human and alien, weak and strong. two species sharing instinct and survival. Asterisk, the night of the hunters. The forest trembled a few hours later. Evan woke with the pup sleeping on his chest. The mother curled beside him. Then he heard them, metal footsteps, drones, mining company, hunters, programmed to wipe out dangerous fauna near corporate zones. Evan cursed under his breath. He knew their protocol. Eliminate targets, no exceptions. The mother tried to rise, but collapsed. Her wound was still fresh. Stay down, Evan whispered. 3 drones hovered into the clearing. Scanners glowing red. Target, Varkan creature. Eliminate. Evan stepped between them and the wolves without thinking. Override command. He shouted. Engineer Rourke, civilian code 7 for 2. The drones paused, verifying. Override denied. Target classified as lethal threat. The lead drone raised its plasma turret. Evan had seconds. He grabbed his toolkit, yanked out the overloaded power cell from his broken transmitter, and slammed it onto the damp ground. Come on, the cell sparked, then exploded. The blast knocked Evan backward, shredding the drones with a shockwave of blue static. His ears rang. Smoke filled the air. When he opened his eyes, the mother was staring at him, not with fear, not with primal instinct, but with something unmistakable. Respect. She nudged his shoulder gently. You're welcome, he muttered. Asterisk, a mother's gift, by dawn. Evan carried the pup in his jacket while supporting the weakened mother. They reached a ridge overlooking the colony outpost. Humans were visible in the distance. You're going to be okay, Evan whispered, scratching behind her ears. The mother raised her head, sniffing the wind. Her strength was returning, but she did something unexpected. She placed her massive paw over Evan's hand, then bowed her head, as if thanking him formally, but the biggest shock came next. She nudged the pup toward him again, insistently. Evan blinked. No, he's your baby. But she stepped back, watching him, deciding. The pup looked up at Evan, tail flickering. It hit him like a starship impact. The mother wasn't abandoning her child. She was choosing Evan, a bond between species rarely seen. Carefully, Evan lifted the pup into his arms. The mother released a soft, melodic Halda Varkan blessing call. Then she turned and vanished into the forest, leaving her baby with the human, who had risked everything for them. Evan felt tears sting his eyes. Guess it's you and me now. Little guy, he whispered. The pup CHIIRPED, asterisk the story that shocked the galaxy 3 days later. Evan reached the colony. The moment he walked in carrying a Varkan pup, chaos erupted. Security rushed in. Scientists gasped. Civilians panicked. Everyone expected Evan to say the human thing. I barely survived. It attacked me. Instead, he told the truth. I helped her, he said. She trusted me with her child. His calm voice silenced the room. News spread through the colony, then the scepter, then the entire Galactic Union. A human had treated a wounded alien predator, protected her child, and stopped military drones using nothing but bravery and engineering instinct. A Varkan mother had trusted a human, something believed to be impossible. Evan became a symbol, not of war, not of conquest, but of kindness stronger than fear. And at his feet, the tiny pup curled happily, refusing to leave him. Everyone expected conflict, danger, violence, but what the human traveler did was something no one predicted. He simply chose Compassion, and that was the most powerful thing in the galaxy. Asterisk.